So welcome to Beijer Ref's Refrigerant Support Hub, which has been introduced to help our customers navigate the ongoing changes in refrigerants so you can make the best choices for your business and those of your customers. We've created a series of short videos that hopefully are easy to digest, covering all topics refrigerant related. I'm Howard Nobel and I'm joined by Alec. Alec Stilling, who's our sales director for Beijer Ref in the UK. Welcome, and I hope you're ready to impart your wisdom when it comes to all things refrigerant.
I'll try, Howard. Let's get stuck into it.
Yeah, let's get stuck into it. So in this Q&A, we're going to look at refrigerants, which refrigerants are most affected by the quota, and what should you be using for your particular sector. Really looking at refrigeration systems and air conditioning systems. If you've not seen the video covering what quotas are and how they have an impact on the price and availability of refrigerant, then go and have a look at that. You'll find that on the YouTube channel. But let's move on to Alex. So let's say I mainly work on refrigeration systems at the moment. Which refrigerants that I use on a regular basis are affected, and what maybe should I do? Consider?
So for refrigeration, obviously the higher GWP refrigerants now are really the 407 blends. So yeah, refrigeration systems probably it's 407F, 407A, and whilst 448 and 449 have been used as a retrofit and a drop-in for 404A, again, in comparison to some of the newer blends on the market, they are higher in GWP. So I think you'll see with all the refrigerants we've just mentioned a continuing price increase as we get closer to kind of quota cuts and supply starts to get restricted. And therefore, we've got to be moving the technology and the refrigerant choice kind of on.
Okay, and what about if I mainly work in the air conditioning sector? Installing splits, etc.
Air conditioning, there's two. There's R410A, which is the higher GWP refrigerant, mainly used in large projects in air conditioning now. So Beijer Ref, certainly it's still very common. Splits, that movement has already been done. So splits are now all R32. It's a much lower GWP, as we touched on in the first video. I think 410A is an interesting one. It will still be available. It has to be because there's so much equipment out there with 410A in. But I think what we'll see is that the supply of R410A being much more kind of controlled and managed a lot kind of closer. I think invariably there will be planned kind of drop-ins for R410A that are coming. And again, that will help to move the industry forward and give that stepping stone then for the end user to really invest in what the long-term solution is for them.
Yeah, okay. So 410 still available. Just in a more controlled way. So
correct.
That's why having a partnership with your supply chain is quite important. It's make sure you've got continuity of supply.
It's going to be vital moving forward. That's for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so that all makes sense then. So what message should our customers give to their customers? What messages should they give out?
It's the same message that we've probably all been talking about since 2015, which is you've got to look to the future. People, it's not a choice, it has to happen. And an end user has to move to what is the most environmentally friendly solution for their kind of use. And in refrigeration, there's three really. There's CO2, there's propane, and there's A2Ls, the low GWP alternatives. So that in the A2L bracket is 454C, 454A, and 455A. A lot of numbers and letters there. In AC, we've talked about R32 already for the splits, but certainly for the larger projects, you're looking at 454B potentially, and some other kind of technologies as the OEMs move that technology forward. For chillers, kind of data centers, things like that, 513A is the kind of intermediate, and then 1234ZE, 454B again cropping up, and hopefully with the new technologies we get to a more kind of condensed number of kind of new solutions, whereas at the minute there's a plethora of different blends and choices that you can make. I think moving forward it will be a little bit kind of narrower in what's available.
Yeah, that would be great for all of us, I think, because
Correct.
some of the vans are groaning under the weight of carrying all these different
I think
brands.
some of the vans are more like mini wholesalers themselves with all the
right.
bits and pieces that they're carrying.
No, that's true. And reclamation plays a big part, doesn't it?
Absolutely, plays a huge part. The more waste that can be returned back to reclamation specialists like ourselves, the more it can be used to bridge that gap between the supply and the demand that we've talked about in the previous video. So yeah, that product is usable once it has been reclaimed, and it can be supplied back to the market just to help in those transitions.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll talk about recovery refrigerant in one of the next videos.
Okay,
Okay, for the minute, thank you.
brilliant, thank you.